She was the first to speak publicly about sexual harassment in the RCMP, and tonight the federal and BC governments are denying her allegations. Catherine Galliford spoke exclusively to the CBC in November, alleging years of unwanted sexual advances. She became the first of numerous officers to come forward. Natalie Clancy is following this story tonight. Natalie.
Paul, the court document filed by the federal and BC government says Catherine Galliford didn't officially complain about sexual harassment until years after she says it happened. And by then, it was too late.
There was no point. But I went to every boss that I had.
Catherine Galliford says complaining in the RCMP is futile. But this joint statement not only denies all her allegations, it blames Galliford for her own failing health and ruined career. It says RCMP officers are obliged to complain immediately about misconduct, and she waited until her right to complain expired.
I knew that if I complained about what was happening to me, I would become a target, and my career would be over.
She was too sick to deal with it. She was suffering from severe PTSD. She couldn't face it.
In its response to her civil claim, both governments paint Galliford as an alcoholic and problem employee, saying the plaintiff was hampering her treatment, and the RCMP Health Services became of the view that the plaintiff's case was now one of discipline and/or conduct rather than medical. Galliford's lawsuit alleges the RCMP made her even sicker by treating only her drinking problem and not her underlying post-traumatic stress disorder. While Ottawa and BC deny any sexual assaults or harassment ever took place, it also alleges if any of the alleged acts occurred, which is denied, one or more of them were consensual as between the plaintiff and other participants.
It was never consensual because it was always a person in a position of authority above me, and I was alone with them, and they made sure that there were no other witnesses.
The four men named in Catherine Galliford's lawsuit have not yet filed their response, but this case will now wind its way through the courts where the evidence comes down to their word against hers. Paul?
Thanks, Natalie.